Dozens of alien cadets, scaled, feathered, furred, and chitin-armored, pointed and jeered at the lone human standing awkwardly among them. His uniform hung a little too loose, his muscles unimpressive compared to the towering forms around him. Fragile bones. A reptilian cadet hissed. Slow reflexes. Chimed a four-eyed avian. Soft skin, no carapace. He will be shredded before the first drill. The human, Daniel Carr, clenched his fist but said nothing. Words meant little here. In the Galactic Defense Academy, respect was earned through ability, not protest. Yet Daniel knew he was at the bottom. Humanity was new to galactic stage, its warriors untested against the horrors lurking in the dark between stars. The mockery followed him day after day. During combat drills, his body was too slow. In endurance trials, his lungs burned while others kept going. He became the weak link, the soft one, the pet species. And then came the expedition. The cadets were assigned to explore the wreck of an ancient cruiser discovered in orbit around a barren moon. It was a derelict older than the council itself, drifting tombed silent for millennia. Most cadets treated the mission as a field trip, a chance to scavenge relics and prove bravery. They landed inside the shattered bay. Dust hung in the air like gray fog, and every surface was coated in centuries of silence. Strange glyphs ran along the walls, alien to all of them. Split up, or to Commander Vey, their instructor. Catalog anything of significance. Daniel followed the others, their bioluminescent torches scattering shadows through empty corridors. The aliens joked as they pried open compartments and scanned rusted consoles. Daniel trailed behind, silent, until something caught his eye, a breach in the wall leading into a collapsed chamber. Curiosity tugged at him. While the others mocked and moved on, Daniel ducked through. Inside, buried under rubble and dust, lay a sarcophagus of metal. Unlike the crumbling walls, it gleamed faintly, untouched by time. Strange engravings spiraled across its surface, pulsing faintly when his fingers brushed them. The lid hissed open. Inside rested a suit of armor. It was humanoid in shape, but sleek, layered with plates of dark alloy that shimmered like oil under light. Ancient runes pulsed faintly along its edges. A helmet, angular and sharp, rested beside it. Daniel reached out. The armor stirred. "Chosen," a voice whispered, not aloud, but directly into his mind. The cadet froze, heart pounding. The armor shifted, unfolding like a living thing. Before he could recoil, the plates wrapped around him. Chest, arms, legs, locking into place with magnetic finality. The helmet slid over his head, sealing shut with a hiss of air. Suddenly his senses expanded. The darkness lit up in strange overlays, heat signatures, energy flows, structural weaknesses glowing faintly in his vision. His limbs felt weightless, strength surging like fire in his veins. He clenched his fist, and the armor hummed with power. "System active," the voice intoned. "Awaiting command." When Daniel stepped back into the corridor, the cadets erupted into laughter again, until they saw him. The armor gleamed, ancient yet terrifyingly alive, its etched runes glowing faintly. Each step he took echoed with heavy resonance, like thunder contained in metal. What is that?" hissed the reptilian cadet. "He found a relic," muttered another. "No, relics don't move." Commander Vey's eyes widened. "That armor is forbidden. Remove it at once." "I don't think I can," Daniel replied. His voice vibrated, distorted, amplified through the helm. And then the cruiser groaned. Something stirred in the wreckage. A tremor rattled the corridors, and from the shadows crawled guardians, drones of the old ship, still functioning after millennia. Their frames were jagged metal, glowing red optics locking onto intruders. The cadets shrieked as the drones poured from the walls, claws screeching, plasma crackling in their limbs. Weapons were drawn, but the cadets faltered. The drones were too many, too fast. Daniel felt the armor react. "Threat detected," the voice said. His body moved faster than thought. He leapt forward, crossing the corridor in a blur. His fist struck a drone, shattering against the wall in a spray of sparks. Another lunge. His arm blade unfolded with a whisper, slicing the machine in two. Energy shields flickered alive. deflecting plasma bolts harmlessly. The cadets watched in stunned silence as the weak human became a storm. He moved like liquid fire, every strike precise, every defense flawless. The drones fell one after another, their shrieks dying in showers of sparks. Within minutes, the corridor was littered with broken machines. Daniel stood among them, the armor's glow dimming back to a steady pulse. The silence that followed was deafening. When they returned to the academy, the story spread like wildfire. The human who was mocked, the fragile one, had found something beyond comprehension. The armor would not come off. Medics and scientists tried, but it fused to Daniel like a second skin. Yet it didn't enslave him, it obeyed him. When he willed it, it responded. When he rested, it slept. Suddenly, the cadets who mocked him avoided his gaze. Some whispered fearfully. Others glared with envy, but none dared laugh. Commander Vase summoned him. "Do you know what you wear, cadet?" Daniel shook his head. "That is not armor," the commander whispered. "It is a weapon of the First War. Entire empires burned under its wielders. Legends say only those chosen by the Corps itself could awaken it. And you," his gaze sharpened, "you, a human, were chosen." For the first time since he joined the academy, Daniel saw no mockery in their eyes, only wariness and respect. Weeks turned to months. Daniel trained with the armor, learning to merge with it, to temper its fury with control. The more he wore it, the more it felt like an extension of himself. His body grew stronger, faster, sharper. The cadets who once mocked him now looked to him in combat drills. And when the academy was attacked, raiders breaching orbit in a surprise strike, it was Daniel who led the charge. The aliens watched as he descended into battle clad in living steel, the forgotten armor gods, his every strike a thunderclap. The raiders fled before him, their ships burning in the void. When he returned, scarred but standing tall, the faces of those who mocked him were indeed priceless. They had doubted him, belittled him, treated him as less. But now, as the humans stood before them clad in the armor of legend, one truth became impossible to deny. The weakest among them had become the strongest, and humanity's story among the stars had only just begun.